Now arriving at the Denver airport, Conspiracy Terminal C. Please watch your step and your sanity. Okay, before we even start, I need you to picture this. You're walking through an airport. You're tired, you're hungry, your phone is at 14%. Your gate just changed 3 times. And as you're dragging yourself past that weird art exhibit and the Hudson News that somehow charges $11 for a bottle of water, you see it. A giant demonic blue horse with glowing red eyes. And then, someone tells you, hey, did you know that thing killed the artist who made it? And then someone else says, yeah, and that's the least weird thing about this airport. The rest is Illuminati bunkers, secret tunnels, lizard people, New World Order murals, and probably a gateway to hell under baggage claim. Oh yeah, we're doing this one. Attention passengers, your flight to Dimension 7 has been delayed due to, ritual activity on runway 3? Thank you for choosing Conspiracy Airlines. Hey, welcome back to the Average Joe Nerdcast. I'm Nate, your resident nerd, casual chaos investigator, and the only person who's ever tried to get TSA to let him scan his Xbox 360 separately because it's fragile. And listen, before we taxi down this runway of nonsense, I just want to check in real quick and say, I hope each and every one of you had an incredible Thanksgiving holiday. Whether you were surrounded by family, vibing in sweatpants with leftovers, sneaking into the kitchen for round 3, or quietly avoiding anybody who said, I saw a thing on Facebook, I hope you got a little joy. And if your holiday was rough, if it was heavy, stressful, or just a lot, I'm glad you're here. So pull up a chair. This is your safe terminal. All right. If you thought we were packing up the tinfoil, closing out the rabbit holes, and shelving all the wacky nonsense until next November, oh no, absolutely not. Not in my house. The response to Control Alt Delusion was so insane, so fun, so damn alive. I'm officially making it a reoccurring rotating series each and every month. So back by popular demand, back by public outcry, back because the internet will never stop producing conspiracies that absolutely beg to be roasted. And the best part? No holiday debates with Aunt Brenda required. She can keep her expired Facebook memes. We've got actual crazy to explore. So on today's episode, we're boarding our next flight on the Conspiracy Express. Destination, the Denver International Airport, a place so steeped in conspiracy theories that it might as well hand you a shovel at the gate. We're talking murals that people swear predict the apocalypse, underground bunkers for the elite, Illuminati headquarters under the runways, a cursed demonic horse statue, a capstone actually signed by the New World Airport Commission, the weirdest construction timeline ever, and tunnels so big, people think there's a secret subway for reptilian world leaders. Yeah, this one's loaded. So grab your carry-on, buckle your nostalgia seatbelt, and enjoy your complimentary beverage of what in the fuck is even happening. Because the Average Joe Nerdcast flight to Crazy Town is now boarding. And let's get down this runway of nonsense together. But first, a quick word from our sponsors. This episode of the Average Joe Nerdcast is brought to you by Tinfoil Airways, the only airline where all seats are exit row, all snacks are conspiracy friendly, and every flight requires a mandatory vibe check before departure. At Tinfoil Airways, we proudly offer complimentary emotional support raccoons, in-flight documentaries titled What If Birds Are Actually Robots? A 100% guarantee your pilot has not been replaced by a lizard person, and a pre-flight ritual whisper circle to keep the Illuminati off your tailwind. Upgrade to tinfoil platinum for priority boarding, access to the underground lounge, and a free hat that blocks 5G, suspicious glances, and your mother-in-law's advice. Tinfoil Airways, where the only turbulence is the truth. All right, seatbelts on, tray tables up, emotional readiness engaged. Because before we dig into the glowing demon horse, the murals, the tunnels, we gotta start with the basics. The Denver International Airport, DIA if you're nasty, DIN if you're a ticketing system, opened in 1995. Already suspicious, because nothing built in the 90s should still be standing except Jurassic Park merch and blockbuster late fees. But here's the kicker. Denver International wasn't built on top of the old airport. No. Denver looked at Stapleton Airport, which was perfectly functional, and said, how about we put the new one way over there? Like, way over there. Like, why is the Uber $67 over there? They built this thing 16 miles outside the city limits, in what used to be pure farmland. Just prairie, coyotes, dust, maybe a lost tumbleweed named Earl. Then the weirdness starts. Construction ran 16 months late, and $2 billion over budget. I said it, $2 billion with a B. For context, that's enough money to build 2 airports, or 15 Marvel movies, or 1 Taylor Swift tour stage prop. Probably. Maybe? And because humanity loves a mystery, people immediately went, hey, where did all that money go? And Denver said, construction issues, baggage system, the weather? And the internet responded, wrong answer, Janet. And because the universe hates subtlety, Denver International didn't help itself at all. They built a weird white tent roof that looks like an alien circus, a giant Bronco statue with glowing red eyes, murals depicting war, death, children in gas masks, and future utopian societies, a massive underground tunnel system, a capstone with a Freemason symbol, and a dedication plaque from the New World Airport Commission, which has never existed. It's almost like they looked at the blueprints and said, hey, can we add, I don't know, 5 more things that look like villain lair decor? And someone else went, yes, and make it even weirder. The execution? Suspicious. The artwork? Suspicious. The tunnels? Suspicious. The name New World Airport Commission? Suspicious and fucking stupid. Like if the Illuminati outsourced branding to a guy who only watches the History Channel documentaries at 3 o'clock in the morning. And Denver International became a conspiracy hotspot because 1, it's unnecessarily huge, 2, it cost way too damn much, 3, it took way too damn long, 4, it has miles of inaccessible tunnels, 5, the art is fucking nightmare fuel, and 6, and the official explanations are sketchy at best. So now the question becomes, did Denver build an airport? Or did they build a secret underground fortress for the elite and forget to hide the evidence? Probably not. But buddy, this shit is way too fun not to dig into. So let's walk down the first weird hallway. We're going to start with the part of Denver International that doesn't require any tinfoil, or Reddit forums, or a cousin named Travis who only speaks in TikTok conspiracies. The architecture. Because if you've ever flown into Denver, you know that airport looks like, and this is the technical term, an alien circus tent made of expired marshmallows. Denver International's iconic white canopy roof has always been marketed as a tribute to the Rocky Mountains. Sure, yeah, totally. Rocky Mountains, symbolic, majestic, poetic. Except, the Rocky Mountains do not look like a Disney on Ice tent city. The roof is made of Teflon-coated fiberglass, which sounds like something you cook eggs on, not build an airport from. And here's the kicker. It's semi-translucent, meaning it glows at sunset. It glows at sunrise. It glows when it snows. It glows like a fucking UFO summoning beacon when you approach it from the highway at 4 o'clock in the morning. Nothing says this place is normal like a structure that looks like it's waiting to ascend. And also, Denver International covers 53 square miles. Not square feet, not runways, square miles. To compare, it's bigger than San Francisco. It could fit all of Disney World inside of it. You could lose a small Midwestern town inside this facility and never find it again. It is, no exaggeration, the largest airport property in the entire United States. Did Denver need an airport that large? Probably fucking not. Did they build one anyway? Oh, absolutely they did. Did that decision unintentionally fuel every conspiracy theorist's dreams for the next 30 some odd years? Oh, buddy, you fucking know it did. So let's get into one of the big ones. The aerial view of the entire facility. If you go online and search DIA runways layout, you will see a spider web of runways that, if you squint, tilt your head 10 degrees, and maybe drink a Monster Energy. Kinda looks like a swastika. An incredibly bad look. A look that makes the airport PR team wake up every morning like, son of a bitch, can we please build one more runway so the internet will shut the fuck up? And for the record, the layout is actually designed so they can use all runways simultaneously, even during high winds. But try telling the internet that, because the internet says, no, sweetie, that's a Nazi airport. I saw the diagram on YouTube. And then the next one, why did they build it way out here, in the middle of nowhere, in a windy field, where blizzards roll through like it's Hoth during a long weekend? Locals swear they hear strange hums and distant machinery at night. And Denver says, oh, that's just the wind turbines. And conspiracy theorists say, it's the reptilian HVAC system. Both are funny, but only one makes for a 90-minute History Channel special. And look, airports are supposed to feel busy, electric, metal detectors beeping, kids screaming, people sprinting like they're in a Mission Impossible chase scene. But Denver International, it has this weird quiet, this unsettling spa day energy. There's just something eerie about 16 miles of farmland, an airport the size of a small country, a roof that looks like an alien wedding tent, and runways shaped like a hate crime geometry assignment. It's no wonder people went, yeah, something's going on down there. And then we stepped inside, where the decor team said, what if we made the interior aggressively unsettling? So buckle up, because now we're going to dive into the art, the murals, the statues, and that one horse demon that tried to kill its own creator. But first, a quick word from one of our sponsors. This episode of Control Alt Delusion is brought to you by Airport Alert, the world's first travel app designed specifically for anxious flyers, confused dads, and anyone who spirals after TSA touches their Nintendo Switch. Are you tired of forgetting where you parked, forgetting what terminal you're in, forgetting why you agreed to travel during the holidays at all? Well, good news, traveler. Airport Alert has your back. and your boarding pass, and your emotional support water bottle. Features include gate change screaming alerts, because nothing says vacation like learning your flight is now boarding in Terminal Z, a location previously believed not to exist. Why is this airport like this mode? Exclusively for the Denver International Airport. It automatically detects suspicious murals, glowing-eyed horses, or tunnels you definitely should not be in and sends this helpful message. Nope, please turn around. Conspiracy filter. Take a picture inside DIA and the app will automatically label the objects behind you as either normal airport thing or 100% Illuminati coded what is that please leave immediately. Emotional support latte locator. Find your nearest overpriced coffee in 0.0004 seconds because caffeine is cheaper than therapy. Airport alert, because travel is already chaotic enough without giant demon horses and underground cult tunnels. Download today and get 10% off your next emotional breakdown at Gate C14. All right, if you thought the architecture of DIA was strange, buddy, that was just the appetizer. The Denver International Airport interior decor is where the real unhinged energy begins. So let's start with the mascot of Unwanted Nightmares. If you've ever driven to DIA, you've seen him. You had no choice in the matter. He's 32 feet tall, glowing red eyes, veins popping out like he's late for a CrossFit competition. And his official name is the Blue Mustang. But no one calls him that. Everyone just calls him Blucifer. Because he looks fucking demonic. He stares into your soul. And he literally killed his own creator. True story. A piece of the statue actually fell on the sculptor. And nothing says, "Welcome to sunny Denver," like a horse demon who committed workplace homicide. Oh, and those glowing red eyes? They're not a conspiracy. They're LEDs, installed on purpose for artistic impact. Great. I love that for all of us. Now we get to the murals. The murals that launched 1,000 conspiracies online. Paintings so chaotic the average person walks past them like, should I be concerned? So let's break down some of the greatest hits. Up first, the soldier with the gas mask and the big sword. Yes, that is an actual mural inside the Denver airport. Highlights include a gas mask soldier, a scimitar, a giant rifle, children sleeping, cities burning in the background, a dove getting stabbed, a rainbow that looks like it's trying to escape. Very normal airport vibes, for morale. And this is supposed to represent peace overcoming violence. Sure, dude, if you fucking say so. Up next, children of the world gather around a giant plant thing. This one has children from every culture, weird glowing plant life, a giant dreamlike energy storm, a penguin for some fucking reason, and a kid holding a squirrel like he's presenting it to the gods. It's colorful, it's chaotic, it kind of looks like a 4th grade group project accidentally summoned a forest spirit. Some say it symbolizes global unity. Others say it's New World Order youth recruitment propaganda. Personally, I think it's just what happens when you give an artist no supervision and a wall the size of a fucking Arby's to work with. And what about the plaque? New World Airport Commission? Buddy, this is the conspiracy equivalent of finding a USB drive labeled "Do Not Open." Inside the airport sits a dedication plaque talking about the New World Airport Commission, which sounds official, mysterious, deeply ominous, like an organization Hydra would fight. But here's the thing. It doesn't exist. There's no records, no government documentation, no board members. And the airport said, oh yeah, the name was made up. Made up by who? For what purpose? Why does it sound like a reboot of the Illuminati? My brother in Christ, this is a fucking airport, not a rejected Dan Brown novel manuscript. And we are so close to the big stuff now. But before we dive into the tunnels, the bunkers, the restricted levels, the 5-story deep claims, the government contracts, and why conspiracy theorists think a bunker city is beneath the airport, we got to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. Traveling through airports can be stressful, especially when some of them, have miles of mysterious tunnels under them for reasons. But don't panic. Introducing Tunnel Buddy, the first app designed to help you survive any and all suspicious underground facility. Totally hypothetically, of course. Tunnel Buddy can help you with life-saving features like, nope, don't go down there. This feature auto-detects shadowy hallways, flickering lights, and any tunnel marked authorized personnel only, and immediately tells you, absolutely not, nope, turn around. Illuminati symbol recognition. Just point your phone at any wall art, architecture, or ominous plaque, and Tunnel Buddy will instantly identify whether you're looking at harmless airport decor, a secret global cabal headquarters, or just a very confused art major's final project. And Exit Finder. Lost deep in a labyrinth, Tunnel Buddy uses state-of-the-art triangulation technology to direct you toward the nearest exit, food court, or conspiracy-free zone. Emergency flashlight mode. Brightness levels, normal, slightly spooky, resident evil, and I shouldn't have come down here. And new for version 2.0, Blucifer Safety Distance Monitor. If a glowing-eyed demon horse statue comes within 50 feet, your phone screams louder than you do. Tunnel Buddy, because if you're ever exploring places you definitely should not be inside an airport, you shouldn't do it alone. Download now and get 20% off our newest companion app, Mural Translator, for when that one mural looks like a prophecy and you'd like to pretend it isn't. All right, buckle up, because this is where the Denver airport conspiracy train stops being a goofy little ride and becomes a full-on boss battle. Everything we've talked about so far, the weird art, the glowing-eyed demon horse, the suspicious plaques, that's just the lobby. The real madness lives underground. Let's start with the normal explanation. According to the airport, the tunnels are automated baggage lines, train access routes, maintenance tunnels, old construction zones, and storage rooms. Totally reasonable, right? Completely boring. Except, the tunnels are fucking massive. They go way deeper than a normal airport would ever need. And multiple journalists, construction workers, and employees have confirmed, oh yeah, there's stuff down here we don't have access to. Which is a great sentence to hear about a fucking airport. So let's start at the abandoned automated baggage system, because this is the big one. When Denver International was being built, they invested millions into a super advanced automated baggage system. It was supposed to be ultra fast, ultra efficient, ultra futuristic. Except, it never worked. Like, at all. Bags were shredded, launched across conveyor belts, tossed like fastballs, ripped open, and sometimes straight up yeeted into the walls. They scrapped the entire project, but the tunnels built for that system, they're still there. Miles of empty, unused, fully lit, fully functional underground hallways with no public purpose. Great. Totally normal. I love that for all of us. And what about this one? The underground facility is 5 stories deep. Because here's where the internet starts sweating. Multiple accounts, construction crews, employees, whistleblowers, claim the airport has multiple underground levels. Not 1, not 2, but 5. The official story says, no, the fuck it doesn't. But workers say otherwise. One contractor famously said, "We built something down there." Then they covered it up. Then another crew was hired to build something else on top of it. None of us knew the full layout. Buddy, that is how you build a secret facility. That is literally the plot of every dystopian science fiction film ever fucking made. So let's start with the government bunker theory, because this is the King Kong of Denver international conspiracies. It claims the Denver airport was designed as an emergency government bunker, possibly big enough to house 20,000 people or more, for continuity of government in case of a crisis, like a nuclear event, mass attack, or global disaster, with food stores, blast doors, air filtration, and sealed chambers. This is based on the insane size of the underground space, the bizarre construction budget, the multiple abandoned levels, the restricted areas, and the weird choice of building the airport way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Conspiracy theorists say it's not an airport, it's a colony. Is that true? Probably fucking not. Is it cool? Oh yeah, fucking absolutely. Is there any evidence to this? Well, let's get into it. The elite survival city theory. Some believers claim the airport is a bunker for world elites. It connects to NORAD. It has underground trains. It has stockpiles of supplies. And it has radiation-proof living chambers. Because apparently, Colorado is strategically safe for any and all nuclear events. Why? Mountains, elevation, central geographic location, natural shielding. Is any of this confirmed? Absolutely not. Has anyone ever proven the tunnels connect to NORAD? Also, no. Do conspiracy theorists care about any of that? Not even a little bit. And the next one, the alien reptilian theory? I mean, come on, you knew this was coming, right? Because once the internet starts chewing on a conspiracy, they go straight to the fucking deep end. Now, this theory claims the tunnels house non-human entities, possibly reptilians, possibly aliens, possibly government experiments, possibly hybrids, and possibly the cast of Ancient Aliens. This was fueled by blurry photographs, weird shadows, suspicious ventilation systems, and the simple fact that humans cannot resist saying, "What if this is where the aliens are?" Is any of this true? Almost definitely not. Is it hilarious? You goddamn right it is. Is it exactly the kind of thing this show thrives on? 100%, dude. But here's why the Denver airport tunnels became legendary. They're huge, they're unused, they're deeper than expected, they're restricted, the official stories keep changing, and the airport leans into the conspiracies with jokes, posters, and little winks. When an airport hangs banners saying, "Yes, the lizard people live here," bro, that's just feeding the beast. But you know what? I fucking love them for that shit. Is your lawn art looking a little dull? Does your garden horse statue lack that certain glowing red-eyed menace? Well, fear not, homeowners with questionable taste. Blucifer Glow Polish is here to help. With just one coat of Blucifer Glow Polish, you get demonically bright LED eyes. So bright, your neighbors will file a complaint before sunrise. Apocalypse Blue Ultra Gloss Finish. The exact shade of the Denver Airport Demon Horse. Now available to the public for reasons that should concern all of us. Anti-crumble hoof sealant. Because the last thing we need is your lawn ornament kicking you into the shadow realm. Plus, order now and we'll throw in a bonus bottle of Mural Shield Protective Spray. Scientifically designed to protect all your dystopian airport murals from sunlight, weather, and conspiracy podcasters asking too many questions. Blucifer Glow Polish. Because if your lawn decoration is not terrifying the neighbors, why even decorate? All right, everybody, this is it. This is where we stop flirting with the nonsense and dive face first into the deep end of the conspiracy kiddie pool. We've already talked the architecture, we've talked about the artwork, and we've talked tunnels that definitely were not designed by anyone sober. But now we're going to tackle the big three, the holy trinity of Denver airport internet bullshit: the lizard people, the Illuminati headquarters, the mural prophecies. So let's roll. Up first, the lizard people theory. So here's the claim. The massive underground complex at Denver International is home to an entire reptilian society. Yes, full-on, shape-shifting, human-controlling, shadow government-running lizard people. Why here, you might ask? Well, according to conspiracy fans, Denver is central and stable. It's protected by mountains, Denver Airport has huge underground space, and the art warns us. We'll get there. Also, apparently the vibes are weird, and that's scientific proof. This theory was boosted by a blurry security camera photo of a shadowy humanoid figure, workers reporting unusual noises, rumors of scales found in tunnels. Spoiler, it's probably just insulation, and the fact that the airport jokes about it constantly. Listen, if a corporation makes a billboard that says, "Are we covering up lizard people?" ask the conspiracy. You are legally obligated to lean in. Do I personally think lizard people live under the Denver airport? No. Do I think the airport wants you to think that? Fucking absolutely. Next up, the Illuminati headquarters theory, aka the Internet Super Bowl. This is the big one. The theory goes like this. The Denver airport wasn't built as an airport. It was built as a command bunker for the New World Order. The massive runways form a symbol from above. The capstone mentions a New World Airport Commission that does not exist. Freemason symbols appear multiple times. The budget exploded by billions. The opening was delayed 16 months. And too many coincidences keep stacking up. This leads people to claim that Denver International is the HQ for a global cabal, a meeting point for world elites, a safe house for continuity of government, and possibly the location of secret underground transportation tunnels. Do any of these things sound true? Absolutely not. But are they fun? Oh yeah, 100%. Because here's why this blew up. The airport did not try to disprove any of this. They mocked it instead. They put up banners like, "Construction or expanding our underground layers? Sorry for the mess. We're hiding the Illuminati tunnels. Yes, the lizard people live here. No, you cannot meet them." Buddy, that is audacity content. You cannot give the internet that kind of ammo. It's like throwing gasoline on a meme fire. And up next, the mural prophecies, aka the final boss of the Denver airport conspiracies. Oh boy. These murals are the crown jewel of Denver international conspiracy lore. You've seen them. The soldier in a gas mask, the burning cities, the weeping children, the rainbow rivers, the doves, the dead animals, the giant figure with a sword. The theories claim they predict global collapse. They outline a new world order agenda, they hide coded messages, they are warnings or timelines. They depict a future apocalypse and rebirth. They were created with hidden symbolism. But reality check? They're all anti-war murals. Literal, war is bad themes. But that nuance died the moment someone on Reddit wrote, "This looks like the world's darkest children's book." And what fuels the fire is the intense, bold imagery, the fact that the murals are huge, the placement in an airport, the militaristic symbolism, and the style being very, very different from typical airport art. One mural shows war and destruction, the next shows peace and unity. They're paired intentionally, the message being war to peace. But conspiracy theorists saw war, Illuminati, doomsday. Not the same thing, but the internet loves a remix. Now, in all honesty, do I think Denver International is hiding lizard bunkers, Illuminati bases, or global prophecy murals? Absolutely not. Do I think Denver Airport knows exactly how ridiculous their fucking reputation is and profits off of it? Abso-fucking-lutely. They've turned their conspiracies into marketing, tourism, memes, branding, merch, exhibits, and literal mascots. Denver International is the only airport that said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's lean into it. And honestly, respect. All right. We've been kind of polite. We've been respectful. We've walked through tunnels, murals, demons, and budget sheets. But now we're going to roast it a little bit. Because some of these Denver airport conspiracies are so uniquely unhinged that they deserve the comedic treatment of a lifetime. So let's get into it. 1, the lizard people theory is kind of insulting to all lizard people. Look, I like a good reptilian overlord arc as much as the next nerd. The idea that cold-blooded shape-shifting aliens run the whole world? That's fun sci-fi energy. But here's the glaring problem. If lizard people truly existed, you're telling me they chose Denver Airport, the place where baggage goes to die, as their secret hideout? That's the best they could do. Not Mount Rushmore, the Pentagon, NASA, literally any place that doesn't smell like Cinnabon and pure holiday panic. Nope. They chose a giant building shaped like a conspiracy meme. If lizard people live under Denver International, they deserve a better real estate agent. 2, the Illuminati headquarters theory needs to take a fucking nap. Because here's the big flaw. If you're a secret shadow government, why in the fuck would you build your headquarters out in the open, at an airport, under giant white tents, with a giant glowing demon horse right outside, and then sign the floor plaque? Brother, that's not a secret society. That's a Times Square billboard. Imagine the Illuminati doing their evil meetings like, welcome to our top secret hideout, just follow the signs for baggage claim and New World Order Concourse B. 3, the tunnels theory forgets one small detail. The tunnels are filled with baggage carts, maintenance equipment, and bored TSA agents eating vending machine pretzels. If this is the New World Order bunker, it's not very impressive. What are they planning exactly? A coup with golf carts, luggage carousels, and 6-week-old Chick-fil-A sandwiches? If the apocalypse goes down and humanity's salvation is stored in the Denver International break room, guys, we are already fucked. 4, the mural prophecy theory. It misreads every single message. Because here's my favorite logic leap. A normal person goes, oh, this mural is anti-war. A conspiracy guy goes, so what you're saying is the artist was hired by a secret cabal to predict the exact date society collapses. Sir, this is a fucking airport, not a prophecy scroll. Airports have art, coffee, stress, and overpriced water bottles, not secret instructions for the end of days. If the Illuminati hid their master plan in a mural and a concourse at a public airport next to a Panda Express, they kinda fucking deserve to lose. 5, Blucifer is not a demon. It's just bad project management. The horse wasn't cursed. The statue wasn't part of a ritual. There was no portal opening. It was literally, we made a horse too damn big and it broke wrong. That's it. The only conspiracy here is OSHA violations, bad engineering, and someone in Denver signing the check like, yeah, that's going outside. People are gonna love it. And honestly, they were right. We do love the demon horse. Because let's face it, he's iconic, he's unhinged, he's camp. He's the energy Denver International deserves. 6. The shape of the runways theory relies on bird's eye view logic, because the claim goes the runways look like a swastika from the sky. But in reality, no the fuck they don't, unless you squint, tilt your head, close one eye, and take a helicopter selfie while moving at 200 miles per hour, and then outline it with Microsoft Paint and post it on Reddit at 3:33 in the morning. If your conspiracy theory only works from airplane height, maybe it's not a conspiracy. Maybe it's just Google Earth being dramatic. 7. The hidden messages in the plaque theory is peak Facebook Aunt Brenda energy. The cornerstone plaque mentions the New World Airport Commission. This group does not exist anymore. But conspiracy theorists go, aha, a secret cabal. But in reality, it was a temporary local committee that dissolved like every other boring civic project. This is like thinking the local PTA is running global shadow politics because they put their name on a bake sale flyer. Please calm down, Brenda. Number 8. The real reason Denver International has conspiracies. Because it's funny. That's it, guys. That's the whole thing. The Denver airport saw people making wild claims online and said, guys, lean in, make merch, make posters, make jokes. Let's turn conspiracy theories into tourism. And honestly, that's legendary marketing. They are not hiding the Illuminati. They are hiding the fact that the trains break sometimes and the escalators are haunted by poor maintenance budgets. So no, the Denver International Airport is not a reptilian conference center, a doomsday bunker, or the Illuminati's Costco membership headquarters. It is just a weird, artsy, over-budget airport with a great sense of humor, and a demon horse that refuses to blink. And in all honesty, that's enough conspiracy for me. Now let's take a deep breath. We've dunked, we've roasted, we've made fun of murals, mutant horses, underground mole people tunnels, and whoever approved that carpet pattern. But now, I kind of want to pivot. Not into lecture mode, not into I'm your dad disappointed in you mode, although you should definitely call me and your mother more often. Just real human mode for a second. Because here's the thing. Conspiracies are fun. They're stories, and stories are part of being human. We love a good mystery. We love patterns. We love thinking, what if? It's the same engine that powers ghost stories, science fiction, fantasy, legends, urban myths, and literally every side quest in every video game ever. We are built for wonder, but wonder can get hijacked. So let's talk about that for a minute. The harmless stuff is awesome, magical, please keep it coming. Like the Mandela effects, they're fun. Lizard people, absolutely hilarious. Denver airport tunnels, peak entertainment. These things are cultural campfires. They bring people together to laugh, riff, speculate, and go, yeah, okay, Brenda, sure, the horse is the Antichrist, whatever the fuck helps you sleep at night. Harmless conspiracies are the seasoning on the internet soup. They make the world weird and absolutely interesting. I love those kinds of things. But then you hit the slippery slope. Because here's the danger. When a conspiracy stops being, haha, funny, weird shit, and starts being, I reject reality and base all of my decisions on this, that's when it hurts people. Because the same exact thinking that fuels Blucifer has laser eyes can also fuel vaccines are mind control, science is lying, facts don't matter, everything I dislike is a government plot. That shit, that's not fun anymore. That's fear wearing a funny hat, and fear spreads faster than laughter. You see, conspiracies fill empty spaces people don't know how to name. That is the real part. People often fall into conspiracies because they're trying to make sense of all the chaos. Life can be confusing. Systems are confusing. Authority is confusing. Change is confusing. And conspiracies offer simple answers, clear villains, a feeling of control, a sense of belonging, and the illusion of special knowledge. It's comforting in a messed up kind of way, but it also isolates people. It makes them distrust the world around them, and it makes them push away the people who care about them most. It turns life into a puzzle with pieces that do not exist. And the internet is the perfect storm. The algorithm has no idea you are just joking. It just sees, oh, Nate liked a video about Denver airport murals. Let me show him 437 more. And also some guy named Rex who thinks Barack Obama is a shape-shifting gecko. The internet does not curate content. It radicalizes your curiosity. You click one video ironically, the algorithm goes, bet, and takes you into the basement where the dude with the corkboard lives. And brother, you do not want to be in the corkboard section of YouTube. So what can we do about it, Nate? Good question. We don't shame people. We don't mock them personally. We don't argue like we're in a comment section. We do exactly what we do on this show. We add a little humor. We add facts. We add compassion. We add perspective. And we bring people back into community. Because no one was ever rescued from a conspiracy rabbit hole by being shouted at. But they have been saved by feeling heard, being surrounded by normalcy, and realizing the world is not as scary as the internet would like to make it feel. And if this show, even in a small, tiny way, helps someone laugh instead of spiral, or choose curiosity instead of fear, or feel connected instead of alone, then brother, that's the real win. The Denver airport is not a secret bunker, but it is a perfect metaphor. A giant weird building full of rumors, public art, massive budgets, strange choices, glowing horses, and tunnels nobody wants to walk through. It's chaotic, it's confusing, it's dramatic, it's misunderstood, and it's full of stories. Just like the internet. Just like nostalgia. Just like us. So yeah, we're here to laugh. We're here to roast. But we're also here to think, to question, to connect, and to remember that conspiracies are fun when they stay stories. And when they don't, we look out for each other. All right, deep breath. Let's bring this plane in for a landing. But first, one last word from our sponsors. This episode of Control Alt Delusion is brought to you by Carpet Conspiracy, the only carpet cleaning company that specializes in removing chaotic energy left behind by airports, malls, and questionable interior design choices. Is your home haunted by mysterious geometric patterns, stains shaped exactly like the Denver airport murals, a spooky aura that screams, "The Illuminati hired a freelance designer"? Good news! Carpet Conspiracy will steam out fear, suck up negative vibes, neutralize static electricity caused by Blucifer's ghost, and eliminate 99.9% of all conspiracy residue. 0.1% remains for storytelling purposes. Use promo code BluciferBiteMyGrass for 12% off and a complimentary sage candle shaped like a cursed airport gargoyle. Carpet Conspiracy. We don't just clean carpets, we clean the truth. All right, everybody. We've walked through the airport of madness together today. We explored the architecture that looks like Colorado commissioned Dr. Seuss. We wandered the murals that feel like a rejected Disney villain origin story. We braved Blucifer, the demon horse who absolutely wants to ruin your commute. We tiptoed through tunnels big enough to hide a kaiju. We talked about the psychology of conspiracies, why they stick, and why they spread. And now, let's bring this thing home, because here's the truth under all of the jokes. Most conspiracies are not really about government secrets, or hidden bunkers for that fact, or shadowy cabals playing real-life D&D under an airport. Most conspiracies are about fear trying to make sense of chaos. Like I've said in previous episodes, the world is loud. The internet is louder. And the human mind, it hates unanswered questions. So it fills the gaps. Sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with creativity, and sometimes with cartoon horse demons and underground lizard bunkers next to baggage claim. But here's the thing. You are not crazy for just being curious. And you're not weird for loving mysteries. And you're not alone for trying to make sense of a world that often feels like season 8 of a show that has run entirely too damn long. You're just human. And if this show does anything, like anything at all, I hope it gives you space to laugh at all the wild shit without letting it swallow the real stuff. A place where wonder beats fear, where community beats isolation, where questions don't have to be scary. They can just be fun. Shout out to everyone listening. You're the fuel behind this whole weird, wonderful ship. Thank you for showing up, sharing episodes, DMing me conspiracies your aunt believes, and for making Control Alt Delusion something worth continuing. To my player 2, my constant support, my partner, my co-pilot, thank you for every you should do this topic, every nudge when I second guess myself, and every moment you help me carve space for creativity. To Cap, mentor, brother, the man who planted the seed for this entire show, thank you for pushing me and believing in me. Your loyalty is real-world superhero stuff. To my brother Ian, you are my brother in every way that matters. Thank you for being the steadying force whenever I fall apart, and for giving this nerdcast more heart than you know. To Pickle, agent of chaos, muse of tangents, a one-man DLC pack of unhinged inspiration. And shout out to Noah, the first official AJN Street Team legend. Thank you for being the most passionate promoter this show has. You hype it harder than paid marketing ever could, dude. You are the bridge between generations. And brother, you fit right in. And shout out to Ripley, the patron saint of this entire nerdcast. Always with us, always in the stories, always in the laughter, and always in our hearts. The world feels weird sometimes, guys. Life gets heavy. Reality gets a little glitchy. But curiosity, wonder, playfulness, that stuff keeps us alive. And if poking fun at conspiracies, unraveling the bizarre, and laughing at chaos helps keep the spark lit, then we're going to keep doing it. Because like I said at the start of the show, Control Alt Delusion is not ending. It's evolving. It's going to become a reoccurring series, a rotating doorway into the weird corners of culture, a way to laugh at the madness without letting it win. So until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and as always, stay gold, nerd bold. And hey, rating and reviewing the show, that helps more than you know. So if you enjoyed this wild adventure through Denver International, tap those stars, write a quick line, and help this weird little podcast continue to grow. The internet is full of madness, and we are just getting started. I'll catch you on the next one.
Game over.